everybody, welcome to another yoga and meditation class as part of the Eco Explorers Club, brought to you by SSE Airtricity, proud sustainability partner of Dublin Zoo. I'm Caragh, and with me today I have Theo, Evie and Toby. And we're going to do a little yoga and guided relaxation, a lovely way to unwind at the end of a busy week of learning. The Eco Explorers Club is such a fun way to learn all about nature and sustainability and biodiversity and what we can do to help. And today, the postures we're going to do are all animals that you would find in Dublin Zoo. Talk about diversity. There are so many animals that we could see in Dublin Zoo. We couldn't do them all as one practice. So we're just going to focus on a few today. Okay, are you ready to get started? Let's go. So we come onto our yoga mats if you have a yoga mat, and if not, just give yourself a little space. A bit of clear floor space is all you need. Guys, we're going to start off on our hands and knees, and we are going to warm up our bodies, have a little stretch by moving like a cat, a very big cat. Hands and knees, we're going to pretend to be one of Theo's favourite things in the zoo, the snow leopard. We're going to breathe in and look up, lifting your tail to the sky, and then breathe out, round your back, stretch your back, bow your furry little head. Breathe in again, lifting up, stretching that furry tail to the sky. You know they use that as a scarf. They actually do. Round your back, stretch and curl that furry scarf in underneath you. And one more time. So it's really cold in their habitat. Breathe in and look up. They live up really high in the Himalayas. Round it in, curling in, but they move just like a little cat, just like we're doing. The other cats you'd find in Dublin Zoo would be a tiger. We're going to do something called tiger curls. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, push back a little bit like downward dog, okay? But now take your weight into one foot and pretend your other leg is your tail. Ooh, be careful. Stretch it up high as you can. Now as you breathe out, bring that tail in to your nose, round your back, tickle your nose with your knee or your tail. Bring it on back up, stretch it up to the sky when you have that space. There you go. And bring it down. So we do it with the other leg. Let the other leg be your tail. Bend your knee. Lift your leg high, stretch it up into the sky. Now curl in, bring your shoulders forwards, tickle your nose with your knee. And then up it goes again, big stretch. Ooh, down onto your knees. The biggest cat they have in the zoo is the lion. Lion's breath now. We sit back on our heels, hands on the legs. You ready? Now don't frighten anybody. Lion's breath. We do a practice. You take a breath in through your nose and you breathe it out through your mouth. Guys, let's show them how we do it. Big breath in. That's it. So we're going to do 3 of them. You stick your tongue out, you look up, like right up at your eyebrows, okay? And you stick your chest out. This is a really good way of getting rid of frustration. Okay, ready? Big breath in. 2 more. Big breath. Last time. See, you're feeling better already. Lovely. Now, bring your hands to the floor. Tuck your toes under. Shift back onto your hunkers. And then roll yourself up to standing. Because now we're going to practice moving like an ape. Because let's face it, we are. Humans are apes, aren't they? So we're standing tall like a human ape. And then we're going to round our back. We're going to hang our arms down, bend the knees till you feel a little bit more like maybe a chimpanzee or a gibbon. Give those big long arms a little sway. Give yourself a little swing. These guys love to move around on all fours actually. So you're going to walk your hands out along your mat, coming towards like plank pose, building your strength. Apes are so strong. So strong. Walk it on back. The other apes, walk it back with your hands. The other apes you find in the zoo are, what did I say? Chimpanzees, gibbons, gorillas. Roll it on up, all the way up. What am I forgetting? Stretch the hands to the sky. Orangutans, how could we forget? Let the arms go. Roll it on down. We're going to be an orangutan, having a little walk out on his hands. Walking it on back. And what are orangutans and all of these guys really good at? squatting, climbing, absolutely. They live up in trees a lot, don't they? And orangutans in particular, they live in the rainforest in Indonesia. And the rainforests are being cleared to plant trees that give people palm oil, which is used in so many things. But it's terrible for the orangutans. Like, it's ruining their habitat. So it's really important when you're shopping, when you buy something with palm oil, that you look for the RSPO symbol, okay, the sustainably sourced palm oil. We can make a big difference. You know, this is Generation Green, and these are the little things that we can do, aren't they? Let's come and sit down. You know, Sibu, the big lad, the big orangutan, I love him. He sits like this, doesn't he? And he just looks at the visitors, and he looks so calm, so hairy and beautiful. And it's our responsibility to protect the planet for these kind of beautiful animals we share it with. Hey, what do the chimpanzees do? Do you ever see them doing like little forward rolls and things? They love rolling. We're going to do a little bit of rolling. Now, guys, we got to be careful. Stay on your mat, hold the back of your knees or even over your shins. You're going to make yourself into a little ball. Keep your head tucked in and roll back. When we gained the art of walking around on 2 feet, kind of lost the tumbling skills, didn't we? That those guys have. But this is so nice for your back, isn't it? Give it one more roll. I love this. Yeah, they do forward rolls. They just kind of run along and then they roll, don't they? They're so cute. Let's roll ourselves right back up to squatting. They all squat. I saw them on that video on the Eco Explorers Club, the virtual tour of the zoo, and you get to see loads of the apes, and they all squat up in the trees and everything. Now, hands on the floor, lift your hips up, roll your way back up to human sized, all the way up, have a little stretch. Now, bring your hands together, step back a little bit from each other, make your hands into a big trunk. What do you think you're going to be? Big breath in, strong legs, spray that water. Who do you think you are? Big breath in, an elephant, yes. Breathe it out. They love a bit of water where they live. They don't live in trees, do they? They live in watery habitat. Well, lots of things. I mean, they love a bit of water. Who else loves water? Who could this be? Watch this. Can you do that? It's a flamingo. Imagine how hard it would be to get your balance standing in like mud here on the one foot. Let's swap it over. Try the other leg. You'd stick to the mud maybe. Wouldn't be very hard underfoot. You know, I saw flamingos for real, those pink flamingos, on the salt lakes in Bolivia. The most amazing habitat. It looks like the surface of the moon. Let's bring it down. Yeah, it really does. Feet together. Let's bring the arms up and make ourselves as tall as we possibly can. What is the tallest animal in the zoo? It's an easy one. It's a giraffe, yeah. Reach up. The tallest in the whole world, is it, Toby? Of course it is. How tall can you go? Yeah, they don't jump. And then come on down. Who do they share their habitat with in the zoo? The African plains. Zebras. So we step 1 foot forward, one leg back, put your knee on the floor. So you're kind of lunging in here. This is a really nice stretch for your legs, isn't it? And then we lift up our arms because we're going to pretend that's the zebra's neck and head. Okay, big breath. Swap it over. Let the arms come down. Take the knee back. Take the other leg forward. Lift it up. Do you feel that lovely stretch through your leg and your hip? Take a nice big breath into that. Now, let your hands come down. Nearby is the hippo. Not the hippo. I always confuse him with the rhino. Rhino. Tuck the toes under. Lift your knee. Okay? And then pop your foot down on the floor. Feel how strong your legs are. These guys are huge and strong. What do they have that's really distinctive? That horn at the front of their head. Wrap your arms around, pretend that's your horn there. Lift it up, bend your knee. What I find amazing with the rhinos in the zoo is how much they look like the rocks around them, don't they? So clever, that camouflage. Let the arms go. Step your foot forward. Step the other one back. In yoga, we always balance it up, don't we? So same pose, other leg. Swap the arms around. Lift up the arms to lift that horn a little bit higher and strengthen your legs. Good. Guys, we're going to take it back down into the water. Bring your hands down. Step your foot back. Somebody who spends a lot of time in the water, who I used to call a rhino when I didn't know any better, is a hippo. You sit back, go down into the water. And what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in and come up slowly for 1, 2, 3, and down for 3, 2, 1. Could you do it again? So really slow breath in, rising up. Really long breath out, flowing back down under that water. I have seen the hippo stay down there for 45 seconds. Have you? Mm-hmm. Bring it on up. We're managing 3. One last time. Slow that breath right down. And the hippo disappears underwater. It's maybe just a few bubbles. Somebody else who loves water. Let's come up onto our hands and knees for a second. Bring your forearms to the floor. Stretch your legs back. Sea lion. They love it, don't they? And you see them shooting around underwater when you can look through the window. And then they sit up on the rocks like this, don't they? And they've got their tail there. You'd even give your tail a little flap. But for a human, in this position...
You kind of do this because they have...
Oh, because the tail is divided, is it? Okay, very good, Evie. What this is doing for a human body is giving your lower back a little stretch. Doesn't that feel so nice? Let's do another little back bend and guess who this is. Come on down, hands back by your ribs. Ready? So hands flat on the floor. Rise up, 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 up. Now happy shoulders. Bring your shoulders down from your ears. Wolf. Upward dog or wolf pose. Big breath. Good. Now lift your hips. Turn that into a downward dog. What other dog would you find in the zoo?
Painted dogs.
The painted dogs. That's right. The African painted dogs. And here we are in downward dog pose. Let's come on down to our knees. Rest back on your heels. Make yourself the tiniest little creature that you might find in the zoo. So you could be a mouse. You could even be tinier. You could be a woodlouse. Ladybird, yeah. That's right, with the rounded back. One more breath here. And then we're going to come up. And we're going to do a pose called fire log pose. So for fire log pose, we are going to sit with one leg on the floor, okay? We're going to lift up the other leg and give it a little rock, just to kind of loosen up your hip a bit. And then you put that foot on your knee. You see that? So you just kind of stack your legs like that. It's a big hip opener. And what's that got to do with the zoo anyway? Fire log pose. What's she doing? It's because that's where you'd find those wood lice and little worms and invertebrates. They've actually made these log lodges around the zoo to encourage that. And in the Eco Explorers Club, you'll learn things like how you can do that yourself in your own garden. Because each of these creatures, right down to the tiniest insect, is so important. They all have their part to play. Let's swap our legs over. So we bring that top leg down, lift the other leg up, give it a little swing, lay it on top of the other. So it's like the bottom leg is one piece of wood and then the top leg is the other. I know it's a big stretch for your hips, so just give yourself a little roll around. And this is really what biodiversity is all about, isn't it? It's that everything, every creature, from the smallest to the huge elephant or giraffe, they all are important. And we have to do our bit to protect their environment. Yeah, that's right, and we can. Okay, so after all of that stretching and moving, we are now going to be Theo's other favourite thing in the zoo, the red panda. And we are gonna relax. There he is. So guys, we're gonna lie down, feet apart, roll it on back and pretend that your mat is your favourite branch on your favourite tree. Oh, and you relax back into the support of that branch. Would my yogis like a blanket over them for this? You can stay there and I'll bring your blankets. So this is called Shavasana. It's what we do in yoga every time. It's our final relaxation. Is this yours, Evie? Okay. You spread your feet apart and you let your legs rest back into the floor. You spread your arms a little away from the sides of your body and you let your hands face up. Now you could also, Theo's popped his little red panda teddy here on his tummy. That's a gorgeous way of relaxing, feeling your breath, lifting your teddy up and down. Look who Toby's brought. He can cuddle in there on your tummy. Do you have a blanket, Evie? Under there. Okay. So guys, as you rest back here with the teddy on your tummy if you have one, or maybe your hands on your tummy if you don't, feel your body start to get as relaxed as a red panda lying in a tree, enjoying the sunshine. Now imagine as you drop there, so floppy and furry and heavy, imagine you see a bird flying overhead. And now imagine, close your eyes, imagine you are that bird soaring through the sky, catching the breeze beneath your wings and moving through the blue sky towards the tree that holds your nest. Imagine you swoop down to your nest where your little chicks are waiting, their beaks open, waiting for their mammy to feed them. Now imagine you are that tree. Those branches are your branches. That strong trunk is your strong trunk. And below you, your roots reach down and out into the cool, dark soil. And then from that dark soil grows a flower. Imagine you are this flower growing up from the dark soil to the sunlight. Picture the beautiful petals and what colour your flower is. There's a bee drinking your sweet nectar. Imagine you are that bee drinking that nectar, and whether you know it or not, little bits of pollen are sticking to your feet. And as you buzz away to the next flower, some of that pollen falls off, cross-pollinating the flowers. And from that flower, a little butterfly flutters away. You are that butterfly fluttering away to a lily on a river. And on a lily pad, beside that lily, is a frog. You are that frog, waiting patiently to catch a fly. And as you sit there patiently, past you swims a mother duck. You are that mother duck, leading your little ducklings who are learning to swim and trying to catch up, swimming along the river. And below you darts a little fish in and out of the rushes. You are that fish, swimming in the river now, darting in and out, feeling the flow of water around you. On the banks of this river grows grass. You are the grass, growing and swaying in the breeze. Now you are you, lying in that grass, so relaxed, hearing the sounds of nature and life all around you, feeling the sun shining down on you, your body so relaxed and content. The word in yoga for this feeling is santosha, knowing that you have enough, you are enough. Feeling grateful to be part of this beautiful world where everything, no matter how big or small, has its part to play. And we play our part by protecting it. So relax and notice how you feel. And then when you're ready, start to roll your head a little bit. Stretch out through your arms and legs. Just give yourself that little bit of a stretch to wake up like you're waking up in the morning. And then hug your knees up into your body, cuddling in. Roll yourself up to sitting. Great. And let's come up to cross leg. And guys, just take a moment, sitting up in cross leg, bring your hands together, close your eyes. Notice how you feel. And let something come into your mind now that makes you feel happy and grateful. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Okay. So, thanks very much for taking part today. We had a lot of fun, didn't we? We hope you did too, and that you'll join us again. If you have a friend who you think might enjoy that, why don't you let them know about it, and then they could take part too. So these yoga and meditation classes are part of the Eco Explorers Club Hub, which you'll find on the SSE Airtricity website.